Okay, I think we're good. By Jove, I think we've done it. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum. Oh, hello. What's that? What was that pissed off face? Why was that? What was that? Who was that? Whose dumbass face was that? Whatever. What's good? Um, what's good? Um, well cooked food, willing women, uh, nice weather. Well, actually, the weather's not nice. It's like I said, this is gonna probably be my last couple of days out here because it's just like it's starting to get pretty sweltering out here. It's pretty humid today. Hey, Paulie, Paul. Hey, Andrew Jackson. Table got cleaned. Yeah, yeah. The table got unnecessary shit removed from it. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. DFF is in the works. We'll be coming to you tonight live as per usual. Yeah, super muggy. In fact, the name of tonight's stream. You know what? Never mind. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm not even gonna say anything. But you people are always asking for hints. Paul, hey Paul, I'm gonna try and play a game I never played before every week. Right now, I'm getting through Deus Ex: Human Revolution. Human Revolution. Any recommendations to check out afterwards after Deus Ex? I mean, if you like that style of game, um, hmm. I mean, if you don't mind playing an older game, there's a really foundational game that informed a lot of things about Deus Ex. It's also of the same bloodline as Bioshock is. System Shock. Actually, System Shock 2 is the one that I would recommend. System Shock. Yeah. It's a really fun game. I mean, it's not the prettiest game anymore. Still pretty cool looking, but a whole lot of fun, kind of open-ended collectathon type of game. Yeah, I mean, you might want to try and get through that. That's got one of the coolest like endings ever. Single wide or double wide. Like for just me, all I'd need was a single wide, man. Like if it was just me, that's like no Ashley, no Dinor. I'm just a hermit living out in the fucking desert somewhere. I'd be perfectly happy in a single wide trailer. Keep shit fucking simple, man. Keep shit simple. Keep your space confined so that you only have what you need. I'm fine with that shit. Like I've never been a dude that needs to be in a big old place. I'm perfectly happy in a small place as long as, there's enough room for me to tuck the things I need in the little corner of the room. I'm happy. Dinore. Dinore palore. Come here. Come here. You don't need to go over there. You don't need to go over there. Yep, there's a DFF show tonight. There sure is. There sure is. My sister works at Target. Give her a shout out. Okay. Wasn't able to finish watching the Twitch stream this morning. Did the bankers dominate the world? No, I ended up quitting. I've got it saved there though, where I stopped. So basically, Germany is in this really horrible struggle for the identity of the German people. And what's being decided is, are the German people going to be Catholic? are they going to be Eastern Orthodox or are they going to be Jews? It's a really interesting game. It's a really interesting, like, usually, I don't know, stuff doesn't go that crazily, but yeah, I've got it saved there, so I'll probably stream it again at some point. Yeah, Civilization, yeah. I'm playing a game of Civilization right now. I streamed a little bit of it, well, more than a little bit of it last night. But I picked the Arabic, uh, you know, starting leader, hoping to found Islam because I wanted to play a game where I founded a religion and spread it across the world. That was my goal for myself. So I picked the Arabic leader, and I'm going along, but somebody founded Islam before I got to it. So when I got to found my religion, I founded Judaism. So I'm an Arabic leader that founded Judaism. I live next door to the Germans, and I'm currently working to systematically convert all of the Germans to Judaism as an Arabic leader. On the other end of the map, there is Shaka Zulu, the Zulu tribe, who is Catholic, and they're pressuring from the east of the German mass for Catholicism, and then to the north is Byzantium, and they actually founded the religion that they're known for, which is Eastern Orthodoxy. So you've got all that pressure. There are big cities in Germany. All of them are different religions. They're all kind of bickering amongst each other. Germany's in perpetual war with somebody because everybody wants them to be their religion. Everybody's fighting over it, so they're just constantly having to defend themselves. Well, actually, that's not true. Germany attacked me first. I was friends with Bismarck. He and I were buddies. Had trade agreements and shit. And then all of a sudden, he's like, "I've got tired of you." War declared, and I was like, "All right." He really regretted that immediately. Like that was a regrettable move on his part. You don't mess with the Jews, man. We got friends. Can you have sex with a slinky on cam? No, dude, get the fuck out of here, man. I hate this stupid idiot. Like, pick something funny to spam over and over and over again. Like, what's with this fucking slinky bullshit? I've banned you like 90 fucking million times, and you just keep on reappearing. Get the fuck out of here. What game is this? Civ 5. Obesity, obesity, obesity. Moppy Puppy's trying to get banned. Oh, yep, there you go. She got it. There you go, Moppy Puppy. Civ 5 is so fun. Would love to play a game with you. Eliminate the world and get down. Yeah, yeah. I mean, those are long, though. Like, when you're playing multiplayer Civ games, like, just the game that I'm playing is probably going to end up taking 20 hours to get through or more. So, I haven't played 6 yet, no. Like, I waited to buy all the extra shit for Civ 5 until it was on sale for some summer Steam sale a couple of years ago. And I got it, and I never played it. I never played any of the shit, so... Yeah, it'll be a while till I get 6, if I get it. I'm probably not all that excited for the new Deadpool movie, but it might be good, and I really don't care about the fucking, what was the other one you asked me about? This is how much I don't, oh, the Han Solo bullshit. Yeah, yeah. Don't care.
Yeah, I feel pretty much the same way about Deadpool. It's like, I thought the first one was alright, so I think the second one will be
Yeah.
alright.
I liked the first one a lot because it was so different from the other superhero bullshit I was being served up. So it was like a superhero movie that gave me a break from the overly serious tone that the superhero movies were all having. So I like that. It wasn't the best movie I've ever seen, but whatever. I thought it was a good representation of the character.
Yeah,
So
for me.
we'll see.
I might see the next one in theaters, I might not.
Yeah. I kind of liked it. I went and saw the first one in theater, so I might go see the next one. But yeah, the fucking the solo shit. I'll wait till that comes out on VOD and I'll watch it when I feel like it, if I ever feel like it. There's part of me that just never wants to see it. I just don't care anymore. It's
There's a
just
part of me that never wants to see it called All of Me.
yeah, you're just not ever gonna watch it.
I don't think I will.
I'm a little
I don't
fucking
know if
torn about it.
people, if I see like, I mean, I don't know. I don't trust the critic aggregators because they like that fucking Rogue One shit. But I guess if there's like big word of mouth going around, I might be persuaded. But
I mean, that's why I went and saw Rogue One because everybody was gushing over it like it was the best fucking thing ever.
you know, I might go see it just because I want to see what's his face as Lando.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably wait to see it on fucking video. I can see what's his face as Lando on video.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth season ticket price to go see that. I'm really not fond of the guy they got playing Han.
Well, I haven't seen enough to really make a judgment, but it just I don't know. I'm just tired of this like constant retreading of characters in the Star Wars universe. I'm ready to be done with all the characters that we know about. I'm ready to move on. Or go
Yeah,
back far enough before they were born or something. Do something different. Give us some new characters to care about without weaving in all this other bullshit from previous films.
look at how boring all the characters they've created so far have been.
Just completely forgettable blobs of
Like, I don't even remember the name of the bitch in Rogue One anymore.
it was Jin.
It sounds plausible. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember any of the names of any of the characters outside of that in Rogue One.
Yeah, I just think of them as like blind Asian guy and blind Asian guy's sidekick and
Crazy,
snarky robot and
crazy black ex Jedi guy with one eye. Nobody stands out that you don't already know who their characters are from previous Star Wars. Shit, just bullshit. And people still talk about how it's a great movie, and it's like, I
it,
bet, like, if you took a quiz of people that went and saw Star Wars and asked them to name the principal characters in it right after they got out of the theater, they'd probably be able to do it. By the time I got home from seeing Rogue One, I was struggling to remember the names of the characters in the film.
I think even when we did our review, we mentioned that we
Yeah,
kind of talked about how like we just thought of them as like brief descriptors rather than character names. I just feel like Solo is going to be an even worse version of that.
probably. Probably so.
Just I feel like there's no real replacing young Harrison Ford with anybody else too. So he's just too fucking distinctive.
Yeah, it'd be like recasting Indiana Jones or something. I mean, they did that though. They did like a young Indiana Jones thing at the beginning of the Last Crusade,
Yeah.
and it was good.
Yeah, but they made him a kid. Like he was like what, 15
Well,
or something or 16?
why don't they do that then? Why don't they get like a solo movie where Han is a fucking teenager? That'd be at least believable
Yeah, it might have worked better for me.
that he grows up. Because like, dude, if he's already fucking like 22 in this movie or however old he's supposed to be, he'd already look like Harrison Ford. There's no way his face, like I can't not pay attention to shit like that. When you've got a character that's iconic, based in large part around the person who played him, and then you're making movies inside that same universe, and you recast him as a dude that looks nothing like him. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it'll work. But
Why did I quit Starbucks? I got a better job somewhere else. What do you think of the surge of people trying to argue that prequels are good films? Oh, the prequels. I haven't heard any of those people. I keep hearing people say like, "Oh yeah, there's all this new people, like fucking making apologetics for the Star Wars prequels," and I haven't seen any of them. So they must be very few.
I've seen them, but they never say anything about it. They just say like, people just hate the prequels because got nostalgia for the older movies. I'm like, all right, well that wouldn't really prevent me from liking the prequels if they were good.
So here's all the Rogue One characters: Jin, Urso, Chirrut, Imwe, K2, Blaze, Malbus, Cassian, and Andor. I couldn't tell you who.
Iconic.
I know who K2 is because that's obviously the droid.
Right.
But other than that, I don't know who is what in that mishmash of bullshit. Couldn't tell you a single fucking. Like, I can't. I think Jin, I think I was right about Jin. So Jin is the main character. Which, if you don't remember the fucking main character's name at the end of a movie, that's a problem. The fact that I'm struggling should be illustrative of the point. But the rest of those, like, I don't know who the blind monk is out of that fucking list of shit. I don't know who the main dude was. The main. I don't know which one he was out of all that. The problem is with you, Paul. The problem is with you. You, sir, are the problem. Dinor, quit rolling in stinky shit, please. Go on. What always catch you over there rolling your face on the ground, soaking up crap off the ground? It probably reeks. It smells like cat piss or some shit. You not? You get in my face a lot, and I don't like you to stink. I want you to smell good. You got a bath, you got groomed, and you're out there rolling in dirt. Fuck. Come here. Come see me. You need to chill out.
The problem is with you, Paul.
The problem, Paul, is you! You are the problem. Dinor, you are the problem. You're the reasons the prequel sucked.
Are there
I
any
blame
prequel
you.
defenders in here? Like, what's your case?
There's none.
What's your argument?
There was one dork earlier that was just like, the prequel, you're the best. He was just trolling. Nobody likes those films. I think anybody that says that those movies are good, especially in the context of the Star Wars universe at large, is trolling or too dumb to have an internet connection that's unsupervised.
So this is how liberty dies. Thunder it.
Yeah. Stupid. We were talking about like freedom of speech the other day. And like how people have completely misconstrued what that is. Like freedom of speech these days is, to some people it seems like it's freedom to have my argument agreed with. Or to some people it means freedom to say anything I want without repercussion.
Right.
And freedom of
people, it means freedom to my right-wing talking points.
Right. Or it means freedom to your platform. So my speech, I get a megaphone. Right? And you have to give me your megaphone whenever I want it to use my speech. That's bullshit. Like somebody was crying because I banned somebody out of the chat. That's how this came up. I banned some stupid idiot. And somebody was like, "Oh, freedom of speech warrior Paul." And I'm just like, "How was that an infringement on that idiot's freedom of speech? Explain it to me." Am I stopping him from saying anything the fuck he wants? No. Am I, walking over by his house where he's standing on his soapbox preaching whatever he wants to preach and kicking the soapbox out from under him? No. Just kicking him out of my house to go say whatever he wants elsewhere. Like, how is that a bad transaction in any direction?
Yeah, I got a similar bunch of shit from some guy yesterday who was like, TJ claims Twitter. It's like, yeah, I sure do. You're about to block another one too.
Yeah. It's just like, why? When did Twitter become? When did my Twitter feed become your free speech platform? When did I cede that to you? When did I let you grab your soapbox off your front lawn and set it up in my Twitter feed? I don't remember that. It's just so stupid. Say whatever the fuck you want. Freedom of speech also comes with a component of freedom to not listen to speech. There's a dual component to it. You can say whatever you want. I can listen to whatever I want. Seems like a fair transaction to me.
I've never blocked anyone for ideology anyway. I block people when they annoy the piss out of me and spam my fucking Twitter feed with bullshit.
I mean, I'll block somebody for a fucking ideology. Like if all they're doing is harping on one thing at me all the time, something that we're never going to agree on, and they just won't let it go, I'll block their fucking stupid asses.
Well, yeah, but that's because it's just like a breach of fucking decorum to me at that point.
Like when I'm done talking to you, like I have no respect for anonymous internet people that I've never met. Like outside of like my fan base and shit, when it comes to having a conversation with you, I tune in and tune out whenever the fuck I want. However the fuck I want. That's my purview. You don't like it? Get on your soapbox and bitch about it.
No one's obliged to listen to you.
Yeah. Nor is anyone obliged.
It's always these fucking faggots with like 7 followers and shit of their own.
Oh, yeah. Nobody's obliged to give you their platform to spew your fucking stupid nonsense either. You want to say whatever you want? Build your own platform and say it. Say it wherever you want on your shit. You got a Twitter? Say whatever you want on it. If it hair lips me, I'll block your fucking stupid ass. Nothing of value is lost. You no longer exist to me, I no longer exist to you. Seems like a fair deal. Moppy Puppy, get the fuck out of here. Thanks for the $5 though. I missed a few super chats. I'm sure I did. Man, whatever. I'm not even gonna say it. I just hope that someday the tipping system goes away for content creators. Hope we get like some ad revenue again, so where we don't have to read through a list of autistic bullshit.
Every time I read watch one of your Highdeologies on my computer, there's always ads on it.
Yeah.
Well, not always, but often.
Freedom of speech doesn't really exist anywhere, only degrees of regulated speech. Okay, freedom of speech equals freedom to be autistic. Yeah? Paul believes in asymmetric. Okay, yeah, that's Moppy Puppy. I'm not reading yours. Why don't you guys tweet out or announce in some form what time because it's at the same time every night, and if you can't fucking like it, we do the show between 8 and 9 every goddamn time. That's when it goes live.
Yeah, usually at 8:30, sometimes at 8:45.
Yep.
Usually 9 at the latest.
That's why I say between 8 and 9, because sometimes it's 8:15, sometimes it's 8:45. But it's never been like it's been the same forever. So just there's a standing thing. So we don't have to tweet out to you guys every 15 seconds. On Monday, the free show goes live between 8 and 9. Be there or be square.
Same deal on Friday for the patrons too. It's always been between 8 and 9. Usually 8:30. I don't think it's ever been later than 9.
I have told you the topic, William. You just weren't listening or weren't paying attention. I mean, I didn't explicitly come out and say it, but anybody that has a desire to know what the topic is could find out from information I've released on this stream. Paul seems pissed. I am. That's probably why I seem pissed.
I was whistling earlier, and he was like, "What the fuck do you have to whistle about?"
I was just joking with you.
I know, but that just goes to show
Yeah.
that deep down you are pissed.
It's like, what the fuck, Chelsea? What's there to whistle about?
That's my secret, Chelsea. I'm always angry.
Yeah.
Then he turns into the Hulk.
The bulk, dude. The incredible bulk.
The immovable bolt.
What we did, we do to anger you. I know. Think I don't know that? You think I don't understand the transaction here after all this time? After all these shows, like 400 or 500 some odd retarded episodes of Highdeology? You think I don't understand? You guys come in here to poke me with a stick, and I come in here to be poked. Sometimes I poke back. Sometimes I grab a stick and poke you. That's what we do. Just an endless cycle of 300, 400 some odd people that just fuck with each other constantly. It's a little reciprocal relationship. Come here to love me? Well, to each his own.
Come and get your gloves.
Yummy stick.
Do the Plinkett test with your favorite characters. Describe a character without mentioning how they look, skills, plot, relevance, or relationships. Only in terms of their personality. So, like I'm not real familiar with the Plinkett test, but if that's the way that you use it, then take Ellen Ripley, one of my favorite characters. She's brave, determined, correct most of the time, but always having to earn that position more than she should. She's intuitive and good under pressure. She cares. Tough. Yeah, she's tough. Incredibly tough. She cares very deeply about people, but she's very guarded with who she allows to get close to her. She's unstoppable when she's protecting someone she cares about, or when she's fixated on a task that involves the protection of people she cares about. She's absolutely unrelenting. You have to shoot her in the head multiple times to stop her. She's that type of person. She's just gonna come, like you knock her legs out, her torso will crawl over to you to bite your ankles. She's that type of person. So that's pretty. That's a pretty interesting exercise.
Yeah, he originated that because he went to his friend. He was doing his review of the prequels.
Yeah.
And he went to his friend. He's like, "Yeah, tell me about Qui-Gon Jinn without describing his, his looks or his skill set or anything. Just
Right.
his personality traits." And they're like, he's stoic.
Yeah. I mean, I could have gone on about Ellen Ripley. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that was the thing. At first, he asked about classic Star Wars characters like Han Solo and shit. And, oh yeah, he's brash and he's debonair and he's like a rogue and and all this stuff. And then like, what about Qui-Gon Jinn?
right.
What about Princess Amidala? And Amidala, they really struggled with. They're just like,
No personality.
she's
Like, do it for Thanos.
yeah, you can do it for Thanos.
Thanos is incredibly
Resilience.
right. I mean, incredibly resilient, and
Persistence.
some of the same things apply to him. He's very dogged. He won't be deterred if he decides that a course of action is correct. He's going to get to that end result.
He has a profound, if twisted, sense of justice.
Yeah. A kind of dual regard and disregard for life.
Yeah.
So he's simultaneously, his character is his character. He's all about protecting life, but also destroying it. So there's a crazy dichotomy there. He's clearly very damaged.
Yeah, I'd say like there's a sadness to Thanos.
Yeah, definitely like a melancholy.
A sacrifice. A sense of him being the only one with the courage to do the right thing.
A sense of duty.
Yeah.
Yeah. A real sense of duty.
An obligation.
An obligation, for sure.
Duty.
Multiple layers of obligation, too. Obligation to his family, obligation to life as he sees it, obligation to himself. Yeah, and that's one that that's a character in one movie. I don't know. It's a pretty interesting exercise. Pretty easy way to illustrate bad characters.
Yeah, because a character you can't do that for is probably no damn good.
Right.
I mean, almost certainly.
On the flip side, Black Panther. Yeah. What about T'Challa? Without, you
Right.
know, describing what he
All
is.
right, I'm gonna give it my best shot.
T'Challa.
All right, I mean, I hate to start with it, but he's stoic. Um, he um,
Seems confused about his
yeah,
place.
he kind of seems he does some confusion about where he belongs. Maybe a bit of conflict over what his destiny is supposed to be
Yeah.
versus what other people think his destiny should be. Um, uh, that's it.
That's
I mean,
it.
that's really it. I mean, what do you want?
I mean, that's about right,
There's nothing
honestly.
else.
I can't think of anything else. I mean, it's just a bad character. It's just
Yeah,
terribly conceived, terribly developed
not
character.
the worst one, but you know, that's why Captain America sucked so bad in the last movie.
Oh yeah, if you did it just based on his character in that movie, he was not even there.
I mean, you could have said, I mean, like before, you could have been like, oh well, he's naive, but he's courageous. He's
Idealistic
idealistic,
to a fault.
willing to sacrifice himself for others. There's lots of stuff you could have said about him prior to that movie, but in Infinity War, you just kind of have to be like, he's stoic and he don't play by the rules.
And he likes shaking hands with Bucky.
He likes Bucky.
Loves him
Yay
some
for
Bucky.
Bucky, sucky, sucky. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Thor was actually treated much better in that movie than Captain America was.
Yeah.
So was Tony Stark. So were the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, pretty much everybody was, honestly. Except for
I did
Black
read-
Widow.
I did read. Oh yeah, she was just totally buried. But
Black Widow and T'Challa were buried again.
at least she got to be in it, unlike Arrow Boy.
Yeah.
He didn't get to be in it. He's too busy spending time with his family to
Saved the entire existence from Thanos. His daughter's got a fucking violin recital he's got to get to. So sorry Avengers, can't make it to the big Wakanda battle to save reality. Daughter has recital.
Hey,
XOXO Hawkeye.
You yeah, that was weird. I mean, I can see why he wasn't in it because they have so many other characters they got to do stuff with.
He's the lamest of them anyway.
Yeah, he's like pretty much the lamest.
I mean, he wasn't treated poorly in the early Avengers
Well, that's
films.
why
Actually,
I felt like it was kind of an oversight to not have him at least do something. Just
Yeah.
because he was established as a character.
he's actually a half decent one too.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people after Avengers 2 liked him a lot better when they found out he was a family man too, because it wasn't something you expected of a guy like that.
Right.
I don't know. They chose not to put him in this. Maybe they just, they had too much to work with. It was hard to pare down what they could really do when they're trying to use every fucking character in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. Yep.
But they could have just fucking. All I had to do was shoot a couple scenes of him shooting some arrows at some aliens and then blowing up. I mean, it wouldn't have been that hard. But whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was weird that he wasn't there, but
Yeah, I can't really say it was like a huge oversight or anything, but a little strange to me.
maybe he'll come out in the final movie. Maybe he'll be the one that kills Thanos.
I guess it wasn't. I don't know. I just kind of wish that if they were gonna not bring the Hulk out, I didn't really like the way Mark Ruffalo played his character in this one. He just kind of came across as like super whiny and angsty
Well, like
in a way that he didn't in the first Avengers.
that was established in Ragnarok, though.
Yeah, I don't like this
He
new.
he's all fucked up and squirrely now because he was in the Hulk for so long.
Right.
Like he was submerged in the Hulk for I don't know how long it's supposed to be, but it's like I think in the comics it's like 6 years or some shit. When he's living on that fucking planet with the Collector. So when he comes back out, he's just like he's scared of everything. He's scared of his own shadow and shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I kind of understand
I
it.
just wish he could be more like he was in the first Avengers movie, where he was obviously tortured, but
Right.
he was a little bit. He wasn't like, oh god, oh god, oh guys,
Yeah.
oh I fell in the Hulkbuster, oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Felt like way too over.
Yeah, he was way over the top in a way
He
that,
was the fakest one.
yeah, like I don't know, it really was distracting.
Yeah, his character wasn't great, but whatever. It didn't detract. I liked the Hulkbuster shit when he actually got to use it. I always like seeing that shit in action.
Yeah, it was fun, but
And it was an interesting thing to do with him. He can't turn into the Hulk, so they put him in that armor. I don't know. It's kind of an interesting turn for him for me.
yeah, I don't really have a problem with it. I just don't like his performance in that movie, which probably is not his fault. I'm assuming he was probably told to play it that way.
I assume he was, yeah. But I think they're actually trying to make him look meek and weak and shit, so that when the Hulk finally does come back, it's all the bigger and more.
Right. They
You know what I
want it to
mean?
be a big, huge moment.
Yeah. Because they purposefully denied us the Hulk in this movie. We got to see him get his ass completely dismantled by Thanos in the first scene, and then that's it. We don't really get the Hulk.
Yeah, you don't really get that.
And I think that's by design. They're trying to make the Hulk. They're like, how do we make him big again? Well, you got to take him away from people. They've gotten too used to him being there and kicking everything's ass. So let's take him away from people.
Yeah, let's show him getting his ass handed to him and then retreating into Banner.
Right.
Or Bannon.
And then when he comes, yeah. Then when he comes back out, it's just a big giant moment.
Yeah, hopefully they play it right. Maybe he'll get a Thanos rematch.
Yeah. There's got to be a big moment where he gets to go toe to toe with Thanos again. Because he's got to get retribution for that, dude. He's got to get a little something, something.
Yeah, the Hulk was humiliated, so.
Yeah. He's gonna have to come back and get a piece, for sure. So I don't know. I think it'll make sense. Like if they do it correctly, if the next movie is good, then Bruce's new character will probably make a lot more sense in context.
I just don't know what the Marvel universe can possibly do now.
I mean, I'd be down for a total reboot of the X-Men franchise and shit. Because I think that there's some wild inconsistency in the quality of the X-Men films, especially the later ones.
Yeah.
I think that they could totally, like, especially now that they have that, now that they own that. Doesn't Disney own the X-Men now?
They bought 20th Century Fox, so I think they should.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be opposed, like, if they're gonna keep this fucking superhero bullshit going, as long as they do it well, you know what I mean? If they do it like they did with the Avengers, they want to take us back in time and establish the X-Men or whatever, I'd be fine with that.
They're gonna have to recast Wolverine.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I would want them to recast everybody. They'd have to recast Professor X too. Or maybe not. Maybe they could use what's his name?
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
He's all right. But they might be better off just recasting from scratch.
Maybe. Although there's some dynamics there that I like already. I like James McAvoy and I like Magneto and his interplay and his struggle. Like I think they've done a really decent job with Magneto, at least in some of the films that I've seen him in. I don't know how they've treated. I haven't seen all of them.
They're gonna have to rewrite Magneto's origin story at some point because him being a victim of the Holocaust really doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah,
It's been too long.
there's a comic where Wolverine goes to a mountain and confronts the Hulk, gets ripped to shreds, and has to find his body parts. Would love to see that done in live action. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see the showdown movie that I want between Wolverine and Sabretooth because that was just one of the coolest rivalries. I mean, they're basically evenly matched, father and son.
Wolverine versus Sabretooth.
There's a comic of Deadpool becoming a Hulk. Cool. Yeah, they are brothers. You're right. They're technically like genetic brothers from the Weapon X program or whatever the fuck it was.
Well, if the Wolverine origin story is canon, then they're half brothers
By blood.
by blood
Okay.
because they they were kind of raised together. Like Wolverine was like this sickly little kid before his mutant powers kicked in at puberty. He was like always like sick,
Yeah.
and then it's kind of heavily implied that the groundskeeper on the like mansion had impregnated Wolverine's mom
Right.
because he looks exactly like fucking Wolverine. In fact, they kind of try to fake you out where you think it's the poor abused kid who's the son of the groundskeeper who's a drunk
Right.
that is going to be Wolverine because they make him look like it. He's got the hair. His father looks just like Logan. But then it turns out that the sickly rich kid
Is actually Wolverine.
That other kid that looks like Logan as a kid
Is
turns out to be
Sabretooth.
Sabretooth.
Yeah. They just have a really cool rivalry and just opposite ways of using their powers. Sabretooth is just like a mercenary for hire, contract killer type of guy. Wolverine's always struggling with that, trying to right wrongs with his powers with them. And I just want to see that fucking I want to see the movie where they're both just out in the Canadian wilderness, like 1,000 miles in any direction from any kind of fucking civilization, and just fucking mano a mano. They hunt each other through the fucking woods and shit, rip each other to shreds, heal back up.
Very similar to your Alien versus Predator.
Well, I have a hard on for that.
Yeah, you like
I like the stripped down,
mono in the woods.
or wherever. I guess usually I imagine it in the jungle or in the woods somewhere because that just makes such a good environment for sneaking around and hunting one another.
Yeah. You got that from Predator.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the final half of Predator is some of the best action movie ever. You know what I mean? Like the first half ain't no fucking slouch either, but once it becomes Arnold versus the Predator, just all their little back and forths and all their little games and his preparation and their eventual showdown. I mean, it's so iconic, and it's just so like, some movies scratch that itch for me, like without really trying to. I just really like the man versus the one guy versus uh, adversity thing. Like what was that one? The Revenant, right? So he's attacked with his group by a bunch of Indians. Everybody's killed. He barely survives. And he's got to, like, you know, he's all fucked up and mangled, and he's got to find some way to get back to civilization, you know? And so it's him versus the world. He gets mauled by a fucking bear. I like that idea. And I like stripping away all the modern bullshit because I'm just tired of seeing people crash through desks and walls and shit. You know, like we've used like the, oh man, the fight is so destructive that he flew through a window or blew through a door or fell off a building or whatever the fuck. Like, you know, I feel like we've seen so much of the action that can happen in a city that, you know, I just want to set it somewhere more primeval, man. Strip it down, get rid of all the bullshit and strip it down to the base conflict, just the base elements of conflict.
Man versus whatever.
Yeah, man versus adversity, however it takes shape. Whether it's, you know, Sabretooth or the Alien Queen or whatever the fuck.
In the woods or the jungle or something.
I just like the idea of isolation. I like the idea that help isn't coming because it adds a different tone to the film. You know, when you're in the city, you never know what kind of cheap trick a movie's going to pull on you to end the action because at any moment, you know, the army could show up, the police could show up, you know. There are mitigating factors outside of the story. In the woods, yeah, maybe there are too, but they're different, at least than the ones that I see. You got to worry about wild animals and starvation and sickness and injury and all that shit in a way that you don't have to worry about it in the city, in a skyscraper, you know what I mean? It's just a different feel. I like that. It's a ballsy thing to do because it's letting the audience know that any victory that comes from this movie is coming from this character. We're not going to cheap out. We're not going to bring in a side character that's going to trip trip the bad guy at the last second so that the good guy can win. You know, he's got to do it himself. No bullshit. No finding a gun in the fucking skyscraper. No calling the cops and having them surround the skyscraper. You know, no Die Hard. No help. Die Hard is an example of that, but, you know, he's got help. John McClane has help the entire fucking way. He's being supported the entire way. He finds, you know, artifacts of human civilization that help him succeed the entire way. Guns and all this other shit. He uses the environment of this man-made shit along with help from other people. I want to strip that from him. I want to put John McClane in the woods. Die Hard 5. You know.
6.
Oh, yeah, 6, yeah. Yeah, dump his old ass out in the woods. Make his enemy nature. Or some other psycho that's out there with him, you know. Force him to beat it alone.
One of the things I like about the Die Hard series is never talked about is how stupid the titles get.
Oh, yeah. Die Harder.
Die Hard 2, Die Harder. Die Hard with a Vengeance. Live Free or Die Hard.
Yeah, it's gotten pretty
I
lame.
don't remember what the fifth one was. I remember it was even more over the top than Live Free or Die Hard. Yo, Scotty.